Say that 3 or 4 times so it'll finally get on the record here. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Dr. Freedom here. Yeah, it's Friday morning, which would normally put. Oh, wait a minute. Is it Friday? Okay, you lose track of days for a while there. Especially when you're working, consistently. But normally I'd be happy, but so far they've not canceled Saturday, so oh, it's like it's kind of sad too, because as far as I know, we don't need the stock, but they're gonna make us do it anyway, so they can stockpile. But that's the way it is, as long as they hold the big pink slip, you gotta go where they tell you. It's like it's a confusing title. Well, I just read an article not even 2 minutes ago. It was in the Metro, so it's like, Um, apparently, Karen Gillan now wants to do an appearance on Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker, but it's like kind of too late, Karen. Whittaker Chibnall were done as of October 13th of last year. Like I said, we're not sure what's going on for the 60th anniversary, given that Jodie Whittaker is pregnant right now. She's obviously a few months along, but still, you got to think, she's going to want to take time off, with her child and all and her family. And, it's like, because it's been a grueling few years. Everybody seems to think, well, they only did so many episodes, so it was a light run. Yeah, but the last series, they had to film it during COVID restrictions, which, it's kind of, weird procedures and all that. It takes longer. That's why you only got 6 episodes. That's why I still die laughing when you have the guys out there thumbing their nose at the showrunner, Chris Chibnall, saying it was his fault. And it's like, no, what? They had to film under COVID guidelines. It's like, it's a whole nother creature when you have to do this, this, and this, but you're trying to keep your cast and crew safe. Also, they were pretty much sequestered for the entire filming of Series 13 because, they had to keep everybody together, keep them randomly tested and all that, to hopefully keep, COVID from getting onto the set. Now, so Karen Gillan now wants to reappear, but with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and it's like, it would have been great. It would have been fantastic, would have been amazing, but it's not going to happen now. It's too late. The ship has sailed, Good morning, you folks out there who are popping in. It's gone. The train has left the station. It's, I don't know how many other metaphors, similes, and all that I can come up, but well, Kara would probably do it for scale if she decided to. See, a lot of people don't realize that. They don't have to walk in there and say, I'll do it, but you got to pay me millions and millions of pounds or whatever. So if Karen really wanted to, like I said, she did that appearance at the end of Matt Smith's run, literally at the request of a phone call. When Matt Smith regenerated, she had just finished filming Guardians of the Galaxy. At that time, she was in London, and they called her up and said, look, we're doing this scene for Matt Smith's final thing for his regen. Would you like to be there and all that? That's how that happened. And like I said, I still die laughing at the fact that when you watch that scene at the end of Time of the Doctor, when Matt Smith's about to regenerate, we're talking all the way at the end, after the tower, a segment there in the TARDIS at the end. Him and Karen Gillan are both wearing wigs. Karen Gillan's head, it was still shaved from doing Nebula, and his head was still, pretty much shaved from doing that one movie that almost killed his career. I don't know why he did that Ryan Gosling film. It was just, it was a career killer as far as I'm concerned. Look at my muscles. Look at my muscles. I'm like, the second I read that dialogue, I'll be like, Ryan, what? You know where you can stick it, right? Like, but as you've seen, I forgot to mention this in the title. If you've seen the Morbius trailer that's out, Matt Smith's in it, and he's obviously gotten himself a decent role to be in the trailer. So it's like, well, of course, that's because he'd been pounding on the back door of Karen Gillan's house. Karen! Karen! I want to be in a Marvel movie, please! I promise, you get me in a Marvel movie, I'll move out of your pool house. But, okay, so he is the villain? Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I said, I'm not up on that particular genre. Okay, so I am going to watch the movie. Like I said, it's, you know, I've never read the comic book or anything like that, Morbius or anything like that. I know, like, I think the general story of it, but not much. Now, why did I mention Obi-Wan? Because the Obi-Wan, you know, teaser trailer's out, and oh boy, does it look like now, like I said, I'm going to say some disparaging things about the Star Wars sequels here, so you may want to brace yourself. Okay, there were good points, but I hate to say this, I don't like saying this often. For the most part, it sucked. I'm not kidding. The Force Awakens had me filled with all this hope. But like I said, there's one thing I can't stand in plots and things like that, are things that just magically appear. Like I said, one of the reasons I can't stand Day of the Doctor is because, oh look, now the Zygons have this magic crystal that'll let them project themselves into the future through, you know, Time Lord art or whatever. It's like, where'd they get it from? You know, what happened? Did one of them just take a dump one morning and there it was floating in the toilet? It's like, and then of course in the Star Wars sequels, all of a sudden this old lady, whatever, on this planet, it has Luke Skywalker, aka, you know, Anakin Skywalker's original lightsaber. What'd she do? Was she working as a sewer maintenance worker in Cloud City, you know, at the time, and it just plopped her on the head as it fell through the thing? It's like, as it fell through the center of Cloud City, it's like all the way to the bottom somewhere. You know, maybe, maybe she was down there, you know, unplugging a toilet or something like that. I don't know. That is a good question. What happens when you flush the toilet on Cloud City? Where did it go? No, wait. Whoa, hold it. We're getting way off track there. We literally, my mind went into the sewer. So yeah, the teaser trailer for Obi-Wan's out. And it looks like they are heading more, like we said, we've seen, go watch the trailer because it's out there. We've seen a guy as the Grand Inquisitor, you know, one of the Inquisitors from the animated stuff, from Clone Wars and stuff like that. And what do you call it, Rebels and whatnot. So we know they're following that storyline. Also, word is they're talking about doing an Heir to the Empire style miniseries, you know, with Thrawn and all that, which would be nice to cover that intervening period as to what happened with the Empire. Everybody seems to think that after, you know, like I said, if you've read the Aftermath books, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everybody seems to think that after Endor, when the second, you know, Death Star blew up, which by the way would have showered the planet in debris and probably knocked their weather system along with their gravitational thing out of flux, but that's a whole nother ballpark. And somehow the Emperor survived and fell into an ocean on another moon or whatever. Yeah, because if a size of the, yeah, of course they had to say it was another moon, because if a size, you know, a piece of the Death Star that big had landed on Endor, it would have been an extinction event, okay? But, oh man. But all of a sudden, yeah, there's Palpatine back. All of a sudden, oh look, we've got Anakin Skywalker's original lightsaber shitting itself out of nowhere. But everybody seems to think, okay, back on track. After Endor, it was all over. It was just snapping fingers. Oh, look, they're pulling down statues and all this stuff. Yay, the Emperor's dead and all that. Everything's fine. It doesn't happen like that. Coruscant was a long time taking back because there was a lot of people who remained loyal to the old order who were causing havoc. And they went into that in the Aftermath books, along with all the other things that happened across the galaxy as repercussions of that. It took years for things to shift over, okay? It wasn't just overnight. Oh, heck, I'm getting like 2 minutes left. So, what would you think? You know, would you like to see Amy Pond return with Jodie Whittaker's Doctor? Yeah, I'd love to see it, but I highly doubt it's going to happen now, unless it's in a special or something like that. Because the centenary is already in the can, so it's not going to be that. So it would have to be like the 60th, but could RTD pull that off? Would he pull that off? And also, Jody won't be available for filming now for months. So I don't know. So go watch the Obi-Wan trailer. Go watch the Morbius trailer. Sit back and watch the non-news coming out of Canary Wharf. I mean, out of well, I was about to say Rothlock, but it's not Roth. Well, it is in that area now. It's not that studio anymore. All right, take care, everyone. We'll see you later. I got to run inside now, so have a good morning. Be kind, be calm, be safe, and we'll hopefully see you in the future, all right? Have a good one.